good pre-season can really, make that happen and make that possible. Like Craig says, that Bournemouth game is going to be here sooner rather than later, really, and you want to be flying into it. You want to be going into that game thinking, look how good Wirtz looked in pre-season, look how good the connections were. These two full-backs we got, they're absolutely rapid, and they're going to sort of change how we play. I remember Arsenal talking about more weapons, didn't he? And that's how it sort of feels at the moment. And so Preston was all about, it became all about sort of get through it, get them on the pitch, do that sort of first one. But from now, they will want to start to gel with each other, some of these new players. They'll want to start to show that, winning once is great, but we want to keep going now.
Absolutely, yeah, and there's obviously different sort of aims of pre-season, really. We as fans want to see the new players and how it looks like they're bedding in, and you can already see that from the Preston game. There's been compilations going around of Milos Kerkez, compilations from Stoke going around of Frimpong just sprinting, which I'm really into. He looks very, very quick, which again is another thing that I'm massively into, and then I'm sure it'll be the same with Florian Wirtz over these next few games for the club. It's to build up that team chemistry, like you say, to build up the fitness, and of course there's going to be the sort of emotion around all of these games now, just as there was with Preston for the tributes to Diogo and things like that. It's going to be the same when we're out here. It's going to be the same when we go back home for those friendlies at Anfield, and then same for that first game against Bournemouth as well. And it's about the players sort of feeling like they can get through those bits as well, and help in their sort of journey along this grieving process for them. But also just for them being, I guess, excited about the new teammates who are coming in, excited about the new season, excited to have fans back in grounds, whether it's out here in Hong Kong, over in Japan, or back at Anfield, and feeling like their sort of preparation for the new season is going well, because they have their own sort of aims and personal goals too. And I'm sure Mo Salah has been a sort of a little, I think it's like a gif that's going around at the moment of him and Florian Wirtz just high-fiving, and then like Mo's ready to have another best mate. It's looking for all the world like that. The more good footballers you put around Mo Salah, the better he gets. So looking for him to be breaking more records this season. I'm sure he is too.
And that's it for them, for the big players. They'll show these signings show the Liverpool are serious about continuing to win, and that's the kind of players that, as Josh says there, that Mo Salah wants to be playing with. He'll be looking at Florian Wirtz and thinking, this guy's gonna, not to completely change how we play, obviously, but he's got to add another dimension to our attacking talents. I'm sure he's, like the rest of us, looking at Ekitike YouTubes and going, look at his movement, look at his dribbling.
He assists on the cards for me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so he'll be getting excited about that. But the best players want to play with the best players, and they also want to see that people running the football club are as ambitious as they are, and everything feels like it's come together this summer, which is brilliant.
Yeah, it absolutely does. You're right. Like, Mo Salah might only play for Liverpool for 2 more seasons, and we hope it. We hope that's not the case, and we hope it continues to be. Same with Virgil van Dijk. They don't want to be involved in a project. They want to know that Liverpool have, they've won the league title now. They've got number 20. They won number 21. They want the European Cup. They want to build a dynasty. They want this to be another period of sustained success, and we've seen, relatively speaking, from during my lifetime, during Jurgen and the beginning of Slot, we've seen a period of relative success. Well, now, the entire football club, the people in the back here making the decisions and putting the money on the table, obviously looking at this and seeing this as a massive opportunity this season. You look around and Arsenal are making signings and Man City have Rodri back, but I'm looking at Liverpool and thinking, Florian Wirtz, we've signed Florian Wirtz, the most exciting player that was possible that they could possibly have signed, and they don't look as if they're stopping anytime soon. There's reports as well that Ekitike is not just going to be the only forward that we sign, whether that means that someone like Diaz is leaving, but it's still exciting, isn't it? It's new faces, as you say, it's a new dimension, and it's new opportunity for Arne Slot, because one of the things he said is he wants almost like different tools for different, what's the analogy here that I've started, but I'm not quite going to get jet lagged. You know what I mean? It's not this idea of plan B's doing plan A better. It's we'll have different sort of plans for different opponents that'll change within games. We saw that at different times last year. You've heard the players mention that. So him being able to add the players that he wants, which he wasn't really able to do other than Chiesa last season, will be massive in ensuring we're able to do that effectively.
It is absolutely exciting. Like Craig mentioned, the sort of tactical flexibility of a couple of players before, and we've seen from the Stoke game, Frimpong, like he was playing a little bit of right wing, and it comes back to that point of Slot being able to get in all his football. As you saw what Slot was able to do with a really talented squad last season, but ultimately a lot of lads who weren't his players. We had a bit of a back and forth with one of the crowd members in Dubai, didn't we, about Liverpool's, or at least I did, about Liverpool's depth or perceived lack of depth last season. I think Liverpool had a deep squad, just not necessarily one of full of footballers that Arne Slot felt like he could trust over the course of a season, but still lads like Harvey Elliott and Darwin Núñez and players who had big moments. Jarell Quansonly scores the goal which would have took us through against PSG. There's a Joe Gomez header that's sort of lost in the archives somewhere there too. So there's all these moments from fringe players last season who maybe don't see as much time on the pitch as they'd want to, but that's why you go out and sign all these big guns now.
I hope you're enjoying this free show at the moment. Loads of excellent, exciting stuff on the Anfield app. If you want to be part of the whole thing, you can download the Anfield app and go from there. Or you can subscribe via the YouTube membership as well for video-only content and other bits and pieces. We love doing these shows. We love that you watch them. So come, be part of the journey with us.